in the narrative in this week's Parsha regarding the Meraglim. So Moshe sent them with specific instructions to answer certain questions. Risa Mesoretz, see the land. Mishmeina hi imroza, is it fertile or not? Hayesh bo eitz imayin, does it have trees or is it barren? So he told them specifically, tell me about the land, about the agriculture. What's doing there? And then he said a second set of instructions. Umoho mayoshev aleha. And what about the people who live there? Aside from the physical contours of the land. Hachozaku im rofeh. Is it a strong people or a weak people? Abamachanim im b'mivtzorim. Do they live in the open? Do they live in fortresses? So tell me about the people. So Moshe gave them specific instructions that they should bring him back facts. That's what he asked them to do. They came back and they gave him facts. So their report is divided into two. The first part of the report is completely accurate. There was nothing wrong with it. They described the country. They brought back samples of the fruit. And they described the people who live there. So they answered the questions that he asked them. So they cannot be faulted for that. Because that's what he asked and that's what they answered. However, they made a second report, chapter 2, which is their opinion. It's not facts anymore. The second opinion that they gave was that the people are too strong, we will not be able to conquer them. It's Eretz Ocheles Yoshveha. There are too many funerals in that country. Something is wrong. Ki chozaku mimenu. It's stronger than we are. It's stronger than God. Nobody can take that land. And that second part of the report, which Moshe never asked them for, Moshe never asked them for their opinion. He asked only for the facts. And that is what led to the debacle. Achenu emasu es levavenu. They melted our hearts. They're the ones that discouraged us. So therefore we looked at the facts in a different light already. So the fruit that looked so good is now unusual. It can't be good. We'd be unable to do it. We're going to weep all night. It's a terrible report. So why did they give their opinion when that wasn't asked for? So there are all sorts of reasons and motives given in the Medrash. They felt that they would, so to speak, lose their position if they came to Eretz Yisrael, because they would pick new leaders. And the leaders from the exile are not leaders, not necessarily the people to lead in Eretz Yisrael. It would be new circumstances. It would be a whole different world. Whatever their reasons were. But there's an interesting concept that's mentioned in the Midrashim as well, is they had previous experience that giving your opinion is very positive. And the original case is by Yosef HaTzadik. So he is called in to interpret the dreams of Paro. So he interprets them. There's going to be 7 years of plenty, it's 7 years of famine. Those are the facts. That's the interpretation of the dream. And why it happened twice to Paro is because Memayar Elohim la so. It's going to happen immediately. Done. His job is done. But he gives his opinion. He adds to it that Paro should appoint somebody to run the show, to store up all the grain for the years of plenty, to prepare for the years of famine. Who asked him to do that? Paro never asked him for advice. So he advanced his opinion, but Paro accepted it. And now that he accepted it, he appoints Yosef to be the one to fulfill it. And the whole story unfolds from basically not from the interpretation of the dream, which were the facts, but from the opinion of Yosef. And we have a second case. We had it in the Parshas Yisro. Yisro comes to visit Klal Yisrael, visit Moshe. So good. So Moshe tells him all of the nisim and all of the niflos that happened to Klal Yisrael. The difference of opinion in the Midrashim, whether Yisro came before Matan Torah or whether he came after Matan Torah. If he came after Matan Torah, so certainly Matan Torah itself was one of the things that was related to him. So Yisro sees all of the facts. Kol asher osa Hashem li Yisrael. And then he sees that Moshe sits in judgment of the people. People have problems. They always had problems. So even the generation that saw all of the miracles, so we would think if we see miracles every day, so then our problems are solved. And we don't have problems because we got Mun that falls, and we have the well of Miriam. We don't have any problems, but you see the Jewish people had problems. They, all day long they're calling up Moshe. They got his cell phone number. They're bothering him all day. Omed Allah kol hayom. So Yisro gives unwanted advice. Moshe didn't ask him what to do. Moshe thinks that what he's doing is correct, and that this is somehow the task of the leader of the people. And Yisro tells him, Novel Tibol, you're going to wither away. It's not good for you, it's not good for the people. I have a plan. And he gives him a whole plan. Sorry, Chamishim, sorry, Meo, sorry, Alofim. We're going to make a whole bureaucracy here, a whole civil service. Tens of thousands of people are going to work on it. And we see that the Ribbon Shalom Kaviyachol accepts the plan. Not only did that, Yisro is Zoche, in the words of the Medrash, Shosifa Parsha Batorah al Shmo. On Yisro's name, he added a whole parsha in the Torah. So we see that they thought that giving one's opinion, even when it is not asked for, is beneficial. And that they're entitled to do so. And that even though Moshe only asked them for the facts, and their report was done, part 1 is over, they have to add part 2, their opinion. Because we see in previous instances, when people had the responsibility to deal with the facts, they added their opinion. And because they added their opinion had great weight and influenced the whole future of the Jewish people. It set many things in motion. So they thought they're entitled to do that also. And yet now the Torah holds that they destroyed the Jewish people. They were motzei dibaro al haaretz. They said bad things about Eretz Yisrael. You're not allowed to say bad things about Eretz Yisrael. Their opinion was not asked for and should not have been volunteered. So that was their confusion. And that's where their error lay. That Moshe only asked them for the facts, and they somehow added to the facts their own opinion. And opinion always colors the facts. What you see is not necessarily the fact, it's what you think that you see. So Kalev and Yehoshua saw the same thing that the other 10 saw. They also saw the big fruit. They also saw there are a lot of funerals. They saw everything. They saw the Canaani and they saw Amalek, they saw everything. So they came to one conclusion, and the other 10 came to another conclusion, because that is what opinion always does. It colors the facts. So that's a danger that always exists in society. That's part of what we go through now because we have mass media. So they not only tell us the facts, they tell us the opinion about the facts. And it's hard to draw the line between the opinion and the facts themselves. And even if you're able to do it, the opinion has an influence on you. It shapes you. So this is an important lesson that the Torah teaches us in this week's parsha. The danger of reports, the danger of facts, the danger of all of that. Because of the fact that it's always subject to manipulation, to prejudice, to pre-existing ideas, to objectives, to narratives. It's always there. And there's no way to escape it. And therefore, the Jewish people are caught in this terrible trap that will doom this generation, and that they won't be zoche to go to Eretz Yisrael. What? What?
It still goes back even to today. These people were self-motivated for selfishness. They wanted what was good for them. And
yeah, but when that, the Torah describes them kulo manoshim roshe b'nei Yisrael hema. They all were members of the Moetzes. They were all top grade people. He didn't send, stam guys. But great people also have, that we're only human. Okay, so that's the point. Rabbi Chananya ben Akashi Omer Rotz HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'Zakas Yisrael Lefichach Hirbe Olam Torah Mitzvot Shenemer Adonai Chafetz Man Tzidko Yagdilu